Howdy, Bernardo Spaniel here from Nerdio.net, and happy Friday. We made it through the week. This is going to be a quick update video and kind of a rehash of a video I tried putting out earlier that I just wasn't able to make look good or feel good. So I'm trying it again off the cuff, and let's just see how it goes. So first and foremost, spent most of the week without AC for the most part, and at one point when I was trying to fix my old one, I turned and hit my face against a table that I had near the window, and I gave myself my first black eye, which is kind of hilarious because I've been through dozens of fights in my lifetime so far, and I've never ever gotten a mark on my face despite all the fights that I've been in. And meanwhile, here my dumbass just makes a right, and boom, or it just oh, it feels so stupid. And now I have a shiner, which is just kind of funny because this weekend I was thinking about going to a con out of the blue. I just came across something called Contropolis happening in the Meadowlands Exposition Center. So this is pretty much where Castle Point Anime Convention is having their con. And I'm kind of curious about going because it's somewhat affordable for a Saturday only. It's a Saturday-Sunday con. And I'm thinking about going with Jazz, maybe doing some cosplay interviews, maybe just looking around and seeing how the con feels, seeing if I want to put more effort into it next year, and hopefully make some new friends, because God knows it'd be nice to just make some new friends. So besides that, let's talk about some board game stuff. I am super duper excited because last weekend they announced some really cool things. The first thing that came out was Legions Imperialis. This is basically Warhammer Epic 40,000, but in the Horus Heresy era. Now, this is cool. I wish it was in Warhammer 40,000. Hopefully they make a separate version of the game that brings the Tau and all the Tyranids in. But I do see the appeal of this because it ties in with Warhammer's other games of Titanicus and Aeronautica Imperialis. And I can totally see myself getting into this mini game because mostly Jazz finds it adorable, and whatever makes Jazz happy, we play. But I also find the miniatures super freaking cute. I find the set so far to be really awesome looking, and the paint jobs they did on these things are magnificent. So it's just like I can see myself poring over the tiny details and trying to get all the armors. Oh, so cool. And then I can totally see myself, well, might as well try Titanicus. Aeronautica Imperialis kind of sounds fun, so smart move. Not nice to my wallet, but smart move. So the second thing that happened this week in Games Workshop news was the Warcry Starter Set. Now this has me very interested because I kind of I've always liked the idea of getting into Warcry, but the whole strength versus armor system. Hi, buddy. My kitten is coming to say hello. Was a bit off-putting for me, but now they put they put a new shiny coat of paint on it and added, this is Rocky. He's only 6 months old, but he's already bigger than my other cats, so he's gonna be a gigantic. He's a Siberian. So what am I saying? Okay, so they put a new coat of paint on it and added the vampires versus the Stormcast Eternals. I'm like, ooh, okay. And now they have like a vampire-themed like place to fight in, and they streamlined the rules for the starter set. And you know what? Now I'm kind of interested in dipping my toe into some Warcry. Now, granted, I kind of already did with Bladeborn, which didn't really tickle my fancy. The factions there didn't feel balanced. I didn't really like the strength versus armor thing where your hit rolls were different. I kind of like it where your damage is flat, a la Fire Team. But I'm kind of willing to give this a try. I actually already own a set of the vampires. I bought them for Warhammer Underworlds. So having two factions for Warcry already sounds like a great deal. And I'm pretty sure I can bring a bunch of my Warhammer Underworld, what am I trying to say? My Warhammer Underworld groups into Warcry as bands. So I already have a bunch of units. This is be cool. You gotta relax, buddy. So there's that. And if this is affordable-ish, I might buy it. I might buy it and I might try it. The next one is the Warhammer Starter Sets. Now, I am so happy with this news because I feel like they finally did them right. Because the $50 starter set, which I hope is $50, that has the paints and the two mini armies, squads, really, fighting against each other is perfection for new players. I really wish this was around when I started. So I can see myself getting this for gifts for friends and family, try to get them in, maybe subscribers later on if I ever get big enough to hold giveaways. And then I really see this as a great prize for CasaCon. Now, some of you know that I have an online convention called CasaCon, and it's something where we have people all around the world come in and do things, and I kind of love the idea of giving away the introductory set as prizes. But I also really, 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 really love the idea of having kind of like a panel where we just paint and chat, or just paint together and get into it together. So maybe have like either a panel to con, or maybe like a monthly event where we just paint together online on the Discord server. And it'd be kind of nice if we're all painting the same thing. Now, granted, we could all work from the same colors from the set, or maybe, who knows, I could see a few of us just diverging and it's like buying our own separate colors and going crazy with the color schemes. We'll see. So there's that. But then there's the next two versions of the starter set, which is it's the starter set and the ultimate starter set. Now, I really do wish the starter set came with everything you needed for Combat Patrol, which is another game mode. But I guess this is good for people. Hopefully they keep this at like $99, hopefully less, so people can dip their toe into it and see if they want to play this. It'd be interesting if they did have like a smaller version of Combat Patrol in the starter set, just like a little customized, even more simplified rule set. But then again, if you can't really go, if you don't really get it with the rules in the starter set, that's too heavy for you. Maybe maybe this isn't for you. Who knows? But I like what I see. It looks like a good balance of forces, and yeah, I'm very curious. Then we move on to the ultimate starter set. Honestly, I want it because it has everything you need for Combat Patrol. I believe it comes with the rules for them. Hopefully it comes with the data sheets for them printed out, because that would be awesome. It doesn't show it though, which is kind of disappointing, but it would be awesome if it did. The terrain, I think, works really well. I like the way it looks. It looks like a bastion you have to defend, and it also looks like it can mesh really well with the kill team into the dark stuff, or the boarding actions things. I feel like you can mix the two sets and have some really cool, tight quarter combat insanity going on. And then you could turn it into Combat Patrol set, which is like bonkers to me. Now, the only way this can get me more excited is if this was priced down to something like, and I know this is going to sound insane, but something like $120. I mean, realistically, $100 would be bonkers, because like Combat Patrol starter set, 2 factions, and Warhammer 40,000 starter set for $100 with terrain and the minis, I think would be the thing to help push the game to a lot more new people. I mean, the only other way they can make this even more crazy is if they included the paints. And then it's just like then it really would be the ultimate starter set. But I don't think GW would ever do that. But hey, I want it. I might get it. We'll see what happens. But money's tight. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is something that is not Games Workshop related, but that has me honestly more excited. I've recently come across the Metal Gear Solid board game that is now up for pre-order, and I want it so bad. I want it so bad. Now, I loved Metal Gear Solid when I was a kid. I believe it came out around when I was in high school, and maybe around college. I think it was high school. And I remember seeing my friends play it, and I remember playing it a little bit later on, and I loved it. It was so adult. It was so futuristic. The graphics were mind-blowing back then on the PlayStation 1. The game wasn't kiddie. It was crazy cool and interesting and different, and it was just mind-blowing. And then later on, when I graduated college and I was able to afford to buy myself a PlayStation 2 because it was backward compatible, I got myself Metal Gear Solid and lost myself in that game for a good bit, playing it, replaying it, beating it the different ways you can unlock the different things. I've actually been really interested in doing that again. I actually recently got a PlayStation Classic that has Metal Gear Solid on it, and I'm going to hook that baby up to my TV and lose myself there for a couple days. Who knows? But I love that. I loved that game as a kid. Let's see if it still stands up. But I looked at the board game, and it looks like it's like a board game representation of the game that I love. And it comes with a ton of minis. It comes with a gigantic Mega Mini, which is like and it's everything, and it's only $100, which is like, on the one hand, that is just like a lot of money for a game. On the other hand, after being mind screwed by Games Workshop with their batshit crazy prices for little plastic minis, it's like, $100 doesn't seem so bad. I've been mind controlled. But it also comes with an exclusive graphic novel. It comes with huge and very detailed looking minis, a lot of them, and the game modes look spot on. And so far, some of the reviews I've seen seem really positive. So I'm like, I want this. I want that more than the Games Workshop stuff. So yeah. Besides that, you may have noticed I have a little light on me. We got some new mics. Now this was for Otakon, but realistically, we needed new mics in general because back in 2019, my old Sony mic died during a convention, and I lost, I would say, half of the content. And it was some great content too. Like, I was honestly kind of actually, no, I'm pretty sure I teared up a bit when I was watching some of the videos that I shot, and the sound was cutting in and out. I was heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken. So we gave it a few years, and I ended up getting the DJI mic, and I'm kind of hoping there'd be a second version of this by the time I bought this, but no, it's still on version 1. But from everything that I'm seeing, it's just perfect for what we need. And the very best part is, if there's ever interference, there's a redundancy set up in the mics that if I didn't turn it on for this, but you can turn it on and it'll record here. It'll also record in the receiver to the camera. Or in the camera itself. So I have that backup. Now, the only way I guess I would be screwed is if the mic itself messes up and even the redundant backup is corrupted. But let's hope that never happens. But anyway, it's super cool. It's kind of pricey. I got the version that comes with the case and the 2 transmitters, just in case I do interviews like this. Or the best thing is we can now use these for our battle reports and hopefully have much clearer sound. We did a few tests with this so far, and the sound is far superior to than just us talking and having the camera here. And the best part is it won't pick up ambient noise as easily, which is great because, yeah, I live in a kind of unfortunately growing louder and louder area. I mean, I live in New York City, so realistically, it's a miracle where I live is as quiet as it is, but it's hard to record content, especially during the day. But with these mics, hopefully we can start bringing you better and better content, because realistically, that's what we strive to do. Anyway, I've been rambling on. So, recap. Might be going to a con tomorrow. We'll see. Might do interviews. We'll see. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Like, can I do interviews if I have a shiner on my face? I kind of feel a little, I don't know, unprofessional, a little embarrassed of it. Who knows? But maybe I'll try. We'll see how I feel. The big thing is the quality. Like, if we go, and if we bring our equipment, which is really just our camera, our tripod, and now the new mics. But like, is the quality of the cosplay is going to be worth the time of shooting it? I don't know yet, and I don't really want to do cosplay interviews if I'm not that enthused, and I don't want to have to do these things and I don't know, have it not seem worth your time as the viewer. So we'll see how I feel. We'll see if we get any content out of it. But Otakon is for the most part still on, and yeah, I'm super duper excited for that. Anywho, I've rambled on enough. I hope you're all doing well. Happy Friday. Happy making it through another week, and I hope you're all doing well. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions of games that I should try, or upcoming games I should be excited about, leave them in the comments below. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.